Good morning, this is Tammy. Welcome to Trendy Treasures. I started a live just a moment ago on my Facebook page, so now I'm over on my business page. What we're doing is we're going to do a wreath today using the Welcome to Our patch. I've already kind of started it, but so let me just get you caught up to where I'm at. I used a 14.5 work frame from the Dollar Tree. I used 18 pipe cleaners, Chanel pipe cleaners. I did 10 on the bottom, 8 on the top, and I spaced them every 4 1/4 inches. And then I'm using 21-inch mesh, and we're going to use ruffles and rolls, and then I've got ribbon to go on it. And I know a lot of you already know how to do this, but I wanted to help make sure that the ones that are beginning, so I might be a little more detailed, but I want to make sure everyone knows what to do. So let's get started. Let me see. Hi Brenda, hi Ann, thank you for joining me. We already started over on Facebook on just my regular page. My granddaughters are with me today, and we had to stop in the middle of that video and come back over under Trendy Treasures. Again, thank you for joining me. If you would like my page and if you would go out and share it, I would love it. I appreciate it. Once I get 500 likes, I'm going to give away a free wreath, so that'll be fun. I'm doing 10-inch poofs. If you do 10-inch poofs, you will be able to use a roll of your 21-inch mesh on 2 wreaths, so that's why I'm doing 10-inch poofs. And it will fill in and be lovely once we add everything we're adding. So I've already started. I went along the bottom. I finished at the bottom row. What I like to do is come up on the top. For those that missed it, sorry, when I start off with the mesh, I put it on the bottom and I use the zip tie. So now I've done the first row and I'm ready to start up on top. I secure it so it doesn't move around with a zip tie. So what I do is I go in and I add that zip tie, bring it up onto the top row, pull it really tight, and then I use my wire cutters and cut that off, and now we're ready to go on the top. And again, I take my mesh, sorry, it gets caught on my bracelets. I take my mesh and kind of fold it all the same direction and turn it under, so I keep it all going the same direction, and just work that out and get it all nice and the right way. And now we're going to measure 10 inches for 10-inch poofs. I always measure pretty much everything that I do. I know a lot of people just guess, but I like to measure it out and make sure I've got it evenly and it looks nice. I put it against that wire frame and I push it down really tight, and then I come back and I walk out my poofs, and then again you just keep it going. I use the Susie Ultimate Mesh Roller. It's wonderful to hold all your meshes and keep all that rolling out nicely for you while you're working. And so we're going to do 8 on the top again. I used a work frame. I got this work frame at the Dollar Tree. They're only $1. And then I'm using the 21-inch mesh. And I'm doing 10-inch poofs in each tie, which are spaced out 4 1/4 inches. I've used 18 Chanel pipe cleaners, 10 on the bottom, and 8 on top. Yes, Brent, and this is what I'm doing now. Like my page, Trendy Treasures, follow me, share it, like it. I would appreciate all the love you can give me. And if there's something you want to learn or know, or if you want a wreath, or you have a certain request, please make sure you let me know. I'd be glad to help you or get it for you, show you how, or whatever your questions would be. Right, what's everybody doing on this Saturday? I hope everybody's enjoying the nice sunshine we're having, and I liked it. We went out this morning and got Starbucks to start our day off with. Have the granddaughters here helping me out. We had a little hiccup at first. We got started on my Facebook page instead of my Trendy Treasures, so I'm sorry that you missed the first part of this when we got started on it. Hopefully you're able to catch up with me, or you can go over and watch it on my Facebook page and see what we did at the beginning. Right, so again, 21-inch mesh using 10-inch poofs. Doing it that way allows you to make 2 wreaths out of one of your 21-inch mesh, which helps it instead of having little extras and not enough to do another one and having to stop in the middle of that. This way you're guaranteed to make 2. You'll get 2 out of one roll of your mesh. Again, to secure it down nice and tight against the frame, I give it 3 good ties or twists with the pipe cleaners. That on there. And we're almost done here. We're about, let's see, I think we're back to the beginning of the top, so I'm going to secure it in that twist tie or the pipe cleaner that I didn't use the first time around. I just secured it with the, let me give it 3, and we're going to do just like we did on the when we first started and when I went up to the top. I'm going to take and cut off the excess here. I'm going to leave about 1 inch or so, maybe 1.5 inches, and so I'm going to cut that. And then I'm going to take, can you see that, everyone? I'm going to take and, hi Brandy, welcome. And I'm going to take and I'm going to secure that using the zip tie. I'm going to secure it on that frame. It just gives it an extra little secure that you know it's not going to come off. And I like having it nice and tight on that. Give it a good tug. Take this in and you're going to pop that off. And then what I do now is I just go back through. I usually try to puff them out as I go, but you can come back through and make sure that you've got all your poofs all nice and they're all nice and out. So now we have our beginning of our wreath. So very cute. So now I've already cut these, but I cut them, I'm going to make ruffles, and I've already cut them in 28 inches. And I'm going to secure these in every other tie. And I start on the bottom, and what you do is, these are 10 inches, and so I like to go right in the middle. You want to keep your thumbs flat. You want to work it and walk it out. Keep it right in the middle. You want to walk, walk, walk. You want to keep that nice and tight. And what it will end up looking like is a real pretty butterfly. And you just work it out, and you keep walking and you keep walking. You don't want to let your thumbs go off or move that if you can help from it. Keep it always one. If you've got a little extra, you can pull it out. And then keep it nice and pure. You want to pinch that. See that? Looks like a butterfly. What you do is you go into your pipe cleaner. You open them up like north and south. You want to push that right in there, go against that work frame as tight as you can. Push it, and then you want to take your Chanel pipe cleaners and give it 3 good twists. All right? And then you want to come back and kind of fluff it out and make it like a little flower in there. And so you're going to come back with your, and walk that out. And so we're going to do this in every other pipe cleaner. See? So it makes it look like a little flower. We start off with a butterfly. We want to have those opening up so they catch it like that. So I made 9 of these ruffles because we have 18 pipe cleaners. So I made 9 because I'm going to go in every other one. They're 28 inches. I did not do 30 because sometimes 30 doesn't allow you to use a complete, or you'll use a roll and then more. So I do the 28 inches. That guarantees me. Hi Hannah, how are you, honey? And so again, you place it down on you want to take your thumbs and you want to walk it and walk it straight in the middle. You want to keep it as even as you can, right down the middle. You want to just keep walking it and walking it, walking it. Keep walking it out. If you get to here where it kind of tucks under, just help take your fingers and pull it out. So they're going to walk it and keep your fingers and thumbs real tight on it. There you go. You have a butterfly. I'm going to skip this pipe cleaner as I'm going to go in every other one. So I'm going to go into the next one. I do all the bottom row first. You open up that pipe cleaner where it's like north and south, push it against the frame, and give it 3 good twists. All right, and then you walk it back, make a little flower, kind of work that around so you have a nice pretty little flower that you'll be working with. And so there you go, there's the second one. And you do this all the way around. I'm going to do all the way around the bottom, and then I'm going to come back around. Hi Ashley, how are you, honey? I got my girls on here. Again, you just walk it out, keeping it down the middle so you keep it level or keep it even on both sides. And then you keep working it, walk it out. If it gets underneath there a little bit, just take one hand and work it back around. And pinch it really tight. There again, you have a butterfly. We're going to skip one. We're going to the next one. We're going to open it up. When I say open it up, so it looks like this. And then we're going to, and trust me, the mesh loves the mesh, and it attacks your clothes, it attacks each other. So sometimes it gets a little tricky on you. Push it as hard as you can down against the frame. And then you want to give it 3 good snug with your pipe cleaners. You want to twist that around there 3 times. Then you want to kind of make your butterfly into a pretty little flower. Kind of walk that around, tuck it under how make it look pretty. All right, there we go. You're ready to go into this one. I hope everybody's enjoying their day. It's beautiful here in Kansas City. If you want to like my page, please like Trendy Treasures. You want to share it. I appreciate all the shares and loves and hearts you can give me. Again, once I reach 500 people on my page, I'm going to give away a wreath. So make sure you pass that along, because everybody that's on my page, I'm going to draw a name from those 500, and then we'll get a free wreath. Again, a butterfly. It's pinched nice and tight. We've skipped one. We're going to go right into the next one. I'm sorry for those that started watching me on my Facebook. My granddaughter is here and didn't realize you had to go to Trendy Treasures. So right in the middle of my video, we decided to stop and get it back on my Trendy Treasures page. So for those of you that were over there and I missed you and had to get off and you aren't on it, I apologize. But now we're on the Trendy Treasures. I've got them helping me today. They're having fun. So it's always fun when you can share things with your grandkids and they're helping you. She's a blessing to me for sure. Hi Tina, how are you, honey? And Tina, my girlfriend, she just had a new baby, grandbaby. So she's still floating on cloud 9, I'm sure. Thanks for joining me on this Saturday. I know you've got tons of things you need to do, but I appreciate your support. She is in my Loftettes group. My mentor is Laura, under Laura Jean's Wreath Room. She's amazing. I've learned a lot from her. And I met Tina through there, and she's a doll. And so we try to support each other. It's nice to have some support sometimes, because this can get where you're not sure if you're doing right. And she made a beautiful wreath yesterday. Oh, it's a more of a He Has Risen, you know, with the crown of thorns, and it was a beautiful wreath. There's nothing more to say about it. It's just beautiful. She did a fabulous job on it. All right, again, you just take and work your little butterfly around and make a little flower. So we've done all the bottom now. Oops, my ribbon's trying to attack. So now I'm going to go to the top. And we're going to keep doing the same thing. We're going to take your mesh, which I've used 10-inch mesh. I've cut them at 28 inches. I'm using a 14-inch work frame. I've placed 18 pipe cleaners, 10 on the bottom, 8 on the top, spacing them every 4 1/4 inch apart. Then I used 21-inch mesh. I made a 10-inch poof in each of those pipe cleaners. And then once I did that, I came back up and I'm making ruffles at 28 inches using 10-inch mesh. Okay, so now we're going to go up to the top. I'm going to come right up in here and secure it, push it as tight as you can against that work frame so you don't lose it, and give it 3 good ties, twists with the pipe cleaners, give it 3 good twists, and then that butterfly we're going to turn around and we're going to open it up and make it a really pretty little flower. And then we're going to go and do this all the way around the top. I've got 3 more. And then once we do that, then we're going to add in our rolls. And I've already done the rolls. I did 10-inch rolls using 10-inch mesh, and I used 2 colors, and I put them together already. And then we're going to come in and put them in the spaces that we didn't put the ruffles. We're going to put rolls. And again, this is a lot of based on Dollar Tree frame. I used a Dollar Tree picture that we're going to attach it to. All right, we're going to skip that one, and we're going to come into the other one, side it. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thanks for all the hearts and thumbs up and love that you can give me. I appreciate it. Appreciate you taking your Saturday. Aw, thank you. I appreciate you taking your Saturday and spending time with me. I do value each of you. You're all special in different ways to me. You all mean something to me. I've got my granddaughters here working with me. They're helping me out over here, keeping me straight, keeping me on the right path here. All right, again, you're going to take your fingers, you're going to put them down, you're going to go straight in the middle. You're going to walk that ruffle or that mesh out, making your ruffle. And sometimes if you want to set something on this at the end so it doesn't pull, hi Debbie, how are you, honey? And that way it doesn't roll under, or I used to do that when I first started, but now I just kind of walk it out, keep it in the middle. If it gets to the end, then I just, this particular ruffle you don't have to. Now some ruffles, they use it where they curl the ends and add it into there. But this one I'm just using a straight ruffle. Push it up against the work frame as tight as you can. Give it 3 good twists. We have my oldest granddaughter, Riley is her girlfriend, and I call her my granddaughter because she's always with Maddie. And her name is Maddie, and Riley is her friend. And they are 13, and they just get so excited to come over and help Nana and get it all set up. It was so sweet. They were helping me, and we got started on our video, and she'd done it under my Facebook, just my regular Facebook, and so we had to stop. We got started, but that's okay. We jumped back in, and I don't think we missed too much, and we're back at it again. This is my last ruffle, and then I prepared all this before. I've cut all this at 28 inches. I did all the 9-inch rolls, and then I did the ruffles. I already cut all that, and then I've already prepared the rolls, and I prepared my wreath form, so we wouldn't have to take as much time. I will come back sometime and make another one just to show you, because I know there's a lot of beginners, and I know there's a lot of wreathers out there that already know all the basics and don't need that information. But I want to also do lives so it helps the people that want to do a wreath that's never done a wreath. And I think that's important because there's a lot of us out there that want to start and learn, so we all have to start somewhere. So it makes it nice to be able to show those and help with people that don't have that. Okay, we've done all of our poofs and we've done our ruffles. So here we are so far. This is the sign that we're going to use. So this will be our sign that we'll attach to that in a little while. All right, so now I've prepared I looked at, what, honey? Oh, okay. I've already prepared the rolls, and we're going to put them in where the opposite of where we don't have anything on the poof that we have empty. So we're going to add those rolls in there, and you're going to secure it really, push it down against the frame, and then we're going to use 3 good twists, and then we're going to start adding the rolls. So we're going to put the rolls inside. Sorry, I've got too much sitting here on my table and it's attacking. Let me move these out of the way. There we go. And so we're going to put those rolls in every one of the poofs. I use the bottom first, and then I go around and do all the bottom. And so we're going to add those in all the poofs that don't have anything. So we're going to add that in there. And you push it against the frame. Oh, thank you, Tina. I appreciate that. I did send out a message, but like I said, it kind of got jumbled up this morning, so that might have been an issue as well. So we're just moving forward. It's okay. Everybody can always watch the replay, even if they're not watching it live. It's still out there to show you. So our rules again, we're going to go in all the bottom where we have a poof. We're going to open it up. Can you see? We're going to open that up and place that right in there, and then push it against the frame. Then you're going to take the pipe cleaner and secure it as tightly as you can, and we're going to give it 3 good twists in there. Make sure it's in there nice and tight. So now we've got that going on. All right, so we're going to go all the way around the bottom, and we're going to catch all the poofs that don't have a ruffle in it. And this deco mesh is not the most expensive because I was trying to keep it easy for those that need to do a less expensive one, and we're using a lot from the Dollar Tree. It will fray a little more excessive than the others. All you do is just keep your scissors close, so as you go along and you see something, just snip it as you go, and then you don't have to worry about it at the end. You just kind of work it as you go. All right, so we're going to go back in. We're going to find our poof that doesn't have anything in it, push this against the work frame, then we're going to give it 3 good snugs. I hope I haven't missed any of your comments. Oh, but that was fast, Tina. She's back. She's fast. All right. And so now we've done all the bottom, so we're going to go and finish out on our top. So we're going to go to the poofs that don't have anything in it. And we're going to add those in there. Push it against the frame as tight as you can. And then give it 3 good snugs. Twist in there and secures it. I haven't done very many lives. This is actually probably my second, maybe my third, but second one doing a wreath. So I appreciate your support and your kindness. It's hard to get out there and learn new things, but I'm loving it and I want to do more, and it gets easier every time, I guess. It is easier than the first time, although that devil likes to mess with you. He messed with me this morning. We started off wrong, but we got it all back together and it's doing good. Hey Laura, how are you, honey? Laura is my mentor. She's fabulous. She's helped me in many ways, and she's great to sound off of and get support and ideas, and she's the one that, while I'm at it, she makes these. You can go to her Laura Jean's Wreath Room, and they help you do your ribbons, and those are marvelous. That and your mesh roller, there's just some things you just have to have that help, and those are some of them, because boy, that ribbon, when you work it, I'm going to show you one time how to just do the ribbon. It's real important too when you do ribbon that you buy wired ribbon. I didn't know that at first, and I'd see beautiful ribbon and I'd buy it. Well, if it doesn't have wire in it, you're in trouble. Hi, Sue. If you don't have wire in the ribbon, it's limp and it doesn't fold out or do what you want it to do, so it doesn't look very pretty. All right, we're on our last roll. I'll give you a quick rundown again. I used a 14.5-inch work wreath form. I did 18 pipe cleaners, 10 on the bottom, 8 on the top, spacing them 4 1/4 inches apart. Then I did 10-inch poofs using 21-inch mesh. Then I came back and I added 28-inch ruffles in every other poof, and then I did the rolls, 10-inch mesh, 10-inch mesh, 10-inch rolls. I used 2 colors, and I used that in every other poof that didn't have a ruffle. All right, so now let's get to our ribbon. The ribbon comes next. These are the choices that I have. And let's see, how do I want to do it? I can either do the green with that, or I can do, I think I'm going to use these 2 together, and I think I'm going to use the green and the black ones together. So I've already dovetailed them. They are 14 inches, And I used, let's see, maybe I need to add that black. Maybe, give me 1 second. I want to see something. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Changed my thought. I was going to do it different, but I'm going to do it just like this. All right, so I take and I just gather it up right down the middle. It's 14 inches. I used a 2.5 inch and a 1.5 inch. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this particular pattern in my rolls. So you want to push it all the way down against the frame as tightly as you can, and then I give it 2 good twists, maybe 3 sometimes. Oh, thank you, Laura. I appreciate you spending a sneak moment on your Saturday. I appreciate that. And then you just work it out. And this is what you do with your ribbons. And so then I'm going to come back here. And I'm going to take a green and a black. And we're going to do this color combo in the orange ruffle. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to place that in there, push it up against there. Oh, thank you, Hannah. So let me show you what we've done so far on the ribbons. And when you don't have wire, you can't move them and you can't shape them. So that's real important to know. I did not know that when I first started making them and when I was buying all this beautiful ribbon. So you can see that this is our patterns of how we're going to work this all the way around. Thank you. I'm glad you're liking it. Maddie, if you want to help me, since you're down here, if you'll take and put these all like this, and then set them up, and then put these together, that'd be great. I'll hand them to you, or you come in, and then that way I can just get them, and you'll slide them back over here when you're done as you go, so I can keep going too. You have one of the oranges. Thank you, dear. It's nice to have a little assistance. I love it. This is great. I'm getting to see my granddaughter, spend quality time with her, sharing things, teaching her stuff. What a great Saturday morning. Couldn't be any better. I love grandkids. God knew what he was doing when he gave us grandkids, didn't he? Sue from Illinois, well, welcome. Hi. Glad to have you. We've got Texas on here, Illinois, and of course Missouri. Let's see. Oh, and New York. Sue, Laura was from New York. We just have people all over the place. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the love. I appreciate your support. Some of these can get long and boring, I know, trying to watch. I tried to prepare everything a little bit before so we wouldn't have to spend all of our time figuring it out. But I will come back and do one just to show you all the detail, because if you don't know how much detail, okay, thank you, how much detail goes into all this preparing the South Carolina. Wow. I think that's what SC means, right?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Welcome. For those that don't know that or haven't made that many wreaths, it's time consuming, but it's a lot of fun. But I don't think, tuned in late watching from Florida, well, welcome. You're never too late. You can always go back, and I'll try to give a little bit of a rundown of what I'm doing. I'm kind of doing mainly some stuff from the Dollar Tree, and not all the ribbon came from the Dollar Tree. I got it from Hobby Lobby and Craft Outlet. And you'll find if you really start doing wreaths and go into it, you'll buy stuff a little bit from everywhere. And the more you do, the more that you'll find that you like certain things and you like certain products, and you won't have anything but certain places you buy it from. But you know, when you're starting out, sometimes we all start out and it takes money to get going, and so sometimes you might not get everything at the place that you end up getting it. I know that I used to go and shop and love shopping, and now when I go shopping, it's all the craft stores. Oh, let's run and see what's on sale, or Let's look at the clearance rack. So it's kind of funny. Hi, Connie from Oklahoma. Welcome. I appreciate all the love and shares, and if you can like my page, go to Trendy Treasures and like it. I appreciate it, and I just appreciate you spending your Saturday with me. I know that there's things that you can do on a Saturday without stopping in, but I appreciate. So we're getting there. It's looking pretty, isn't it? I like it so far. And when we get to the sign, oh goodness, for those that have never put a sign on, that's your main struggle. They can really be a pain in the rear. So I just try to work with it and say, you're not going to defeat me today, I'm going to win. And just show them who's boss on the signs, because they can drive you crazy getting them on. But hopefully today we're going to just be smooth sailing. And hi from Canada. Wow. Thank you. Hi from Oklahoma. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, the signs are crazy. You're right. Did you say it, Jonetta? Well, that's me. Every time I go shopping now, I don't look at clothes or purses. I used to love purses and shoes, and now it's all, let me see what kind of ribbon or deco mesh or signs. Oh my gosh, I love that sign. So it's all about getting that. Now I always pinch them up and I look and I take it right down the middle. Some people may fold it in half when you're doing your ribbon. There's no right or wrong way to do, well, there might be a better way, but there's really no wrong way. California, welcome, Angela. Hi, thank you. There's really no wrong way to do it. It's what you like to do. It's your project. You're creating it. You make it how you feel the best and what works good for you, and so you'll see this cheaper mesh doesn't hold, or it ravels a little more. I had this kit set up to make for quite a while now, so I probably would make a few different. Now I know that when you do mesh, that's not as expensive. I find if you do 12-inch rolls instead of 10, you have a lot less fraying and a lot less play with it. So that's what I do from now on. I make 12-inch rolls. So, but this was already made for a while. I was going to do it and then had some issues and some problems with trying to set up my system, and so I went ahead and did it because, we all start somewhere, and we all might not have the best supplies. So this is still good. It's still going to be beautiful. Okay, let me make sure I'm not missing anything. See, I think I said Michigan, welcome. Thank you. I love the colors too. And we've got Maggie from Canada. Oh, New Jersey. Wow. Hi, Debbie. Thank you. I appreciate all the love and hearts and sharing. And if you can go out and like my page, I appreciate that as well. And again, thank you for spending your Saturday with me. I feel honored to be able to have you all here. It's wonderful. I wasn't for sure. We got started off on the wrong page, meaning we were actually on my home page for Facebook instead of Trendy Treasures, so we had to stop in the middle of it. So I'm sorry that we stopped and lost some of you, but I'm glad if we've got who we have on. I appreciate y'all being here with me. And I love the colors too. I think it's beautiful. I added that black. I love the checkered black that I added in it, because our sign again has the black in it, and I think it's just going to pop and it's going to be beautiful, and it has that black lettering. So I thought, oh, that's just beautiful with that. We're going to go with that. So that's what I decided that on. Anyway, I go right down the middle, fold it, push it up against the work frame as tight as you can, and give it 2 or 3 good snugs. Make sure it's in there really well. And I'm going to continue this all around. I'm done with the bottom, and I'm going to continue it in the top now. We're going to add all this to the top. You can spend a lot of money on wreaths, or you can spend a little, and sometimes spending a little and you can have more is better too. But it's all in what you can afford and do. Let me give a quick rundown of what we've done again. I used a 14.5 Dollar Tree work frame. I added 18 pipe cleaners, spacing them 4 1/4 inches apart around. I used 10 on the bottom and 8 on the top. Then I used 21-inch deco mesh for my poofs. I used 10-inch poofs. Hi, Vicki. I used 10-inch poofs because using 10-inch poofs, I learned this from Damon. He said it doesn't make it any less, and you can make, when you use 10-inch poofs, you can use this mesh, 21-inch mesh, to make 2 wreaths. So I'm like, oh, what a great idea. Why not? So I used 10-inch poofs on this particular one, and I used them in every pipe cleaner. Then I came back and I used 28-inch ruffles on 10-inch mesh, and I put them in every other pipe cleaner. And then I came back and used 10-inch rolls, which I would use 12-inch rolls on 10-inch mesh. If the mesh is not a quality mesh, it's a little less mesh, I would use 12-inch rolls. But this one in particular I'd already had the kit ready to go, so I used 10-inch rolls and put them in the poofs that didn't have a ruffle. So 9 have ruffles and 9 have the rolls. Then I'm coming back and I'm using wired ribbon. I'm using 2 2.5 inches and 2 1.5 inches, and the pattern combination you can see that I've come up with. And so that is where we're at so far. And I'm putting all of our ribbons in now, and once we're done, we will come back and put our sign in. So we're getting close to finishing. I will also add, I've got green and orange, I believe. Yeah, green and orange tubing that I like to put in. This as well. So we will add the tubing, and I've got some little carrots that we will add. Here they are over here, some little carrots that are really cute, and we'll add those in. I probably won't add them in and hot glue them while I'm live, because sometimes you like to look at it. I like to look at it and kind of see where I'm at and make sure everything's laid out nicely, and I hang it up, and a lot of those things I'm sure that you'll do as you create your own. And sometimes it's easier to do it when you're not live, and you get a better feel and look, and you can take more time. Again, my name's Tammy Rousey. I'm with Trendy Treasures for those that are just joining. And oh, how long is the ribbon? The ribbon are 14 inches long. Oh, okay, Jeanette. Thank you for joining. I'm glad you loved it, and please watch the replay and like my page if you haven't, and share it, and any love you want to give me, I appreciate it. And I'm glad you joined for a while, and you have a great Saturday. But the ribbon is 14 inches long. I've dovetailed all the ribbon. I like about an inch dovetail. Some are very small and some are deep. I like a little deeper dovetail to mine, and that's preference. There's no right or wrong. It's just how you like it, and so that's what's important. If you like it, that's what's good. So there we go. I hope I haven't missed any questions. I hope I'm doing better this time. Hi from Illinois, welcome. Glad to have you. Thank you for spending your Saturday with me. I appreciate that. If you haven't liked my page, please go out and like Trendy Treasures, share it, send out the love, tell your friends. Once I reach 500, I'm going to do a drawing, and I'm going to give away a wreath. So make sure you like it and pass that all around. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Hi, Judy. Thank you for joining. We're making a Dollar Tree sign wreath today. It's welcome to our patch. It could be Easter. You could leave it up more, definitely. It could be, spring into the summer. Thank you, Dora. I appreciate that. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate everybody on. It's very nice to see you all and have you all join. Again, I'm just cutting off little wild ones as I go, because they do tend to creep up and get on there. And so I just take care of that as I go. All right, let's see. Oh, first time watching. Thank you, Sherry. Make sure you like, Terry, make sure you like my page and share it. Give me some thumbs up and hearts. Go out there and hit the, you know, people follow it, but if you don't go to Trendy Treasures and hit that little thumb and make it blue, then it doesn't give you all the lives to let you know when we go live, and it doesn't help my page on that regard. So I appreciate if you can get out there and do that. First time watching, Sue. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you're with me today. I appreciate you taking your time out on your Saturday. That means a lot to me. It means a lot for all of you to be here. Thank you for the love and hearts and support. This is hard. If you've never done anything like this, it's harder than you think. It takes a little bit of getting used to it. You can sit down here, and I've practiced a million times making wreaths and talking to myself and practicing what I'll say, but once you get out here and you get live, it's a little harder than you think it is. But I appreciate you all being patient, taking your time with me, and being here. Hopefully you're learning something. If you need to know something, please make sure, first time watching, followed and like. Thank you, Maggie. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, we're on to our last ribbon. Again, they're 14 inches. I've used 2 2.5 inch and 2 1.5 inch wired ribbon. Really important that you use wired ribbon. If you don't, you can't bend them like that. They just go limp, and you can't create anything or make them where you want them, and it's really, really, really hard. All right, we are done with all of our ribbons. The last ones are on. I'm going to hold it up and see what you think so far. And you always will play with your ribbons and stuff as you go, and you get your sign on and everything set. So here's what we have so far. Isn't it beautiful? This is what we're going to put in. Don't you think it's going to be so cute? Oh, I do. And then I'm going to use the mesh. Well, let me go ahead, or the tubing. Let me go ahead and try to see where I want to put my sign at, and get this all laid out here. So these are so horrible to do. For those of you that's never done the signs, they are really, really, really tricky and really hard to get in and go and do, and you can work a long time on them. So you just figure it out, play with them, set them where you want. I may change the sign several times because sometimes you don't get them right where you want them, and they're really hard and time consuming. So I'm just going to kind of place this one in here to keep on moving, and what size frame, Terry? It is a 14.5 work frame from the Dollar Tree. They're only $1. And I've placed 18 pipe cleaners, 10 on the bottom, 8 on the top, spacing them 4 1/4 inches apart, and that comes out to be about perfectly around the frame. And that way, I know they purchase them, you can buy them, but sometimes people don't have $5 or $7, or sometimes they're, they range from $4 to $10 depending on what size and where you get them. So I find it just as easy and convenient to go to the Dollar Tree, and I spend $1, and they turn out to be just as nice and lovely, and no one would ever know, because when I'm done, I put a backing on the back. I use a round placemat. I attach them with zip ties, and they don't scratch anyone's doors, walls, fireplaces, and they're perfect. So I finish them off that way, and that way you don't have to worry about anything, and it's nice, and it just makes it for a nice hi, first time watching, Heidi, welcome. You always, well, hopefully you can go back and watch the replay, and if you didn't get to see the beginning, I'm sorry, because we were on my home page and then we got kind of mixed up, so we went back out to our Trendy Treasures. What do you think so far? Like it? Is it pretty? Yeah, I think it's beautiful. Hello, Cecilia. Welcome. All right, so now I might adjust this a little bit more and secure it a little more, but for today with our live, I'm going to leave it as is, and we're going to move forward. And so you can buy a lot of tubing at the Dollar Tree. However, this came from Craft Outlet, and it's a green and an orange. And so I'm not sure if I'm going to do orange. I might do black. Hang on one second. If I've got some black, I'm going to go black. Oh, I have black. Changed my mind. I'm going to do green and black today. So, I like that. And I use this to help hold it so I used to always put it on the floor, which I still do it on the floor, but instead of bending down every second to get it, I'll just do it this way. So I'm going to use green and black tubing. I love, love, love tubing. Laura is the tubing queen, but I told her I'm her twin because I like it just as much. So, all right, let me get, this comes in sections. So we got one section. Let me get another one. And I've got two. And how I do the tubing is I don't measure it. I just take it, I kind of have a pattern that I do every time. And I take it and I kind of put it in my palm, and I do both of them at the same time. So I kind of palm it, I make a little loop, I come back, make another little loop, put it in there, and trim it. So what you do is we're going to go to the pipe cleaners, and we're going to set that right in one, and push it down there tight, and push it against there, and give it a 2 or 3 twists. And when you're done, I'll show you. Well, I won't jump ahead. I'll wait till we're done, and I'll come back and tell you how I do the pipe cleaners. All right, so we're going to do this all the way around. Beautiful, thank you. I appreciate it. If I missed anything, I know the first time I did this, I was so nervous. I didn't respond and didn't really see the comments, and I felt bad, but I was so nervous I was shaking. Even though I prayed before I started, but I feel much better now. So I appreciate everybody that's there watching. I will go over again one more time for those that are new, for those that don't know. I started out, I went to the Dollar Tree. I got a wire frame, work frame, 14.5 or 14 inches. I'm not sure exactly. It's somewhere right in there. At the Dollar Tree, they're only $1. And then I got Chanel pipe cleaners. You can get pipe cleaners a lot of times. The Dollar Tree, I got them at the Dollar Tree. They have the nice Chanel pipe cleaners. And so I got pipe cleaners. I placed them on the work frame. I used 18 of them. I used 10 on the bottom, 10 on the top, spacing them every 4 1/4 inches apart. And then I used 21-inch mesh, and I used 10-inch poofs. If you do 10-inch poofs, you can make this mesh roll go for 2 wreaths. So that makes it really nice, and it doesn't make your, it's not that much of a difference, 2 inches, 1 inch, to where you can't make 10 inches and make a nice poofy wreath and get plenty of volume and height because you put so much other things in it as well. So it does turn out. And you'll always work your ribbons as you go. So you can see the tubing. You start to see it now coming up. So I'm going to do this all the way through all 18. Well, if some of them are hidden, I won't. But I will use 18 of them, of this all the way around. But like I said, I used 21-inch mesh to make my poofs. Then I came back and I used 10-inch mesh. I cut them at 28 inches. That way I could make sure I got it all on one roll. And I was able to get it all on one roll. And I made 9 28-inch ruffles, and you place those in every other poof. And then I came back, and this particular one, now I know it's for food for thought for you. It's better to use, when you have a cheaper mesh, to use 12-inch rolls because it looks nicer and it forms better, and use 12-inch. These happen to be 10, so they're not the 12, but I use a 10-inch on this one, and I use 2 different colors, and I dropped it, sorry. And then I put those I put the rolls where the ruffles weren't, so so you'll have 9 rolls, and then you'll have 9 ruffles. And then I came back and I used 2 2.5-inch wired. It's real important for those starting, wire. You can't use ribbon that does not have a wire in it. It will not work right. It doesn't, Well, you can on some instances. I say never, but for the most part, you will want to use wired ribbon. And then I cut them at 14 inches, all of them, all the sizes at 14 inches, and then I dovetailed all the ribbon. Dovetails meaning you cut out the center of the ribbon. You can do any size dovetail that you like. Some like them deep, some like them not hardly that you see it at all. Thank you, Judy. Thank you. I'm so glad you appreciate that. I try to be detailed because I know there's a lot of us that are just starting and we don't know how to ask, or we want to learn, and so I want to be as detailed as I can because that's what helps. I remember when I started, those things would have been helpful because I went out and ran out and bought all kinds of ribbon I thought was just so beautiful, and I got home and tried to use it. I couldn't use it because it didn't work. So I have lots of ribbon that I can't use. So now we're coming back. We've attached our sign, and you can attach a sign however you want to, wherever you want to. This particular one, I drilled little holes in it, and I put wire and ran wire through the back of it, so it's attached with wires. And then we attach the wires to the work frame underneath. And now I'm coming back through and I'm putting in the tubing. So I hope you're liking it, what you see so far. So now we're going to work all the tubing in all the 18, there's 18 pipe cleaners. So we're going to work in pretty much all of them. There will be a few that I don't, but most of them will have tubing that will come out, and you'll see that. And then we're almost done. And what on these pipe cleaners, what I do now on the pipe cleaners is I take it, and once I'm done with my tubing, and everything that goes in it, so it'll either be a poof, ruffle, or rolls. Oops, sorry, my bracelets love this mesh. Then I come back and put my ribbons in, and then I put the pipe cleaners in, or the tubing in, and then you take it and you twist and you twist and you twist your, let's see if I can show you, you twist all your pipe cleaners until you get it all twisted, and then I go almost to the bottom but just leave a little nub, and I cut off the excess so you can see that hopefully, and it'll end it like that so you don't just have pipe cleaners like this. It looks better than having that pipe cleaner like that. It's nice and finished. So that's what I do to all the pipe cleaner once I get all the tubing in once you're finished. When you get everything in that pipe cleaner that you're going to add or use, then that's what I do. So we're still putting our tubing in. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing and liking my page. Give my page, Trendy Treasures, a thumbs up. Make it that little thumb turn blue. That shows you're following and have liked it. Once I get 500 followers, I'm going to give a wreath away to people that have joined or following. So make sure you're in on that. We want to make sure we're doing it. All right, so we're almost done. We're halfway around the wreath. I have my granddaughters with me today. It's a fun way to spend a Saturday. They're watching my live, helping me out. It's a great way to spend time with your kids. Everybody's busy and doing things. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. How sweet. You guys really make a girl feel good. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I have a lot of friends and family that were watching. I don't know if they're still on. I know it's Saturday and I know they have lots of things to do.
Ashley is.
So I appreciate everybody taking the time to watch me. So, while I'm at it, let me show you a little trick I learned. Well, maybe it came out. If your tubing happens to be pinched or crinched up and you think, oh, now what am I going to do? I can't use it. I will tell you, if you take it, warm it up in your hands and rub it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and warm that up, it pops that out and you don't have a bend or a smush tubing anymore. So instead of cutting it out and wasting it, I learned to do that. Trial and error, and it's wonderful because it saves from wasting all that tubing. That tubing can get expensive. Now I love the Dollar Tree tubing. They have all kinds of colors and it's only $1 a bag. So that's a great deal. I love that. So, any questions so far? Hi, you're a newbie, Dawn. Well, welcome. Welcome from, hey, Peggy from Florida. It's great to have you. Thank you for spending your Saturday with me. That's wonderful. If you have any questions or if you missed the first part of this, Well, the very first part of it's on my homepage for my Facebook, so it's not on here, but hopefully you can catch up enough and I explained enough so you were able to, and you can always go back and watch the replay, and I appreciate it. Don, hopefully that there's any questions, because I don't know if you're a newbie just to my page or a newbie to making wreaths, because we want you to be able to make those, and if you have any questions, please make sure you ask me, because I want to make sure I answer them for you. You're going to start following. Oh, thank you, Heidi. Hey, you're from California. And Dawn, Massachusetts. Ooh, say that fast. Wow, welcome. Thank you. I just got people all over. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Thank you for liking and sharing my page and going out to Trendy Treasures and liking that page. I'm so appreciative of all of you. Really, I really am. And if I can help you in any way, or you want to see something, I appreciate it, and I'll do my best to figure it out. If I don't know the answers, I'll certainly find out for you. Oh, you've only made one, Dawn? Well, that's okay. That's where we all start. We all start at one. So that's great. In anything people do, you got to start somewhere, right? So you just follow and watch and learn, and we all got to start somewhere. So it's great to have you. The next thing you know, you'll be making tons of them. And I love it. It's so relaxing. If I've had a bad day at work or whatever, I come down and I come to I call it my craft studio. Even if I'm in the basement, I call it my craft studio. And then I just start designing and working and doing. And we have so many neat little wreaths. I'm going to show you how you do the flat pancake, even though that's from Millie Mel's. She is wonderful, and I've done a few little changes to it, but it's still beautiful and I still love it. Well, now I'm going to go around and make sure I've got all the tubing. Oops, here's one I don't have. So we're going to finish off the tubing, and we're about done. And hopefully you will share this and like it. First time follower Maria from New Jersey, well, welcome. Oh, hi, Marquetta, glad to have you. I'm glad you love the wreath, and you're from Utah. Ah, I love that too. I just got people from California, New York, Texas. First time Maria from New Jersey. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for spending your Saturday with me. I do appreciate it. I appreciate all the love and support. It's very nice. So now I'm going back and making sure I have all the tubing that I want placed in here. And I probably won't do that one because you can't really see it. So it's underneath there. And I probably won't do this one because you can't see that one either. All right, so I'm gonna cut that off, and I'll add some little colored stones or something on that. So I have all the tubing that I'm gonna use in here, and you just wanna work through. And again, like I told you what I would do, let me find one you can see here. See this pipe cleaner? Can you see that, everyone? I'm gonna twist that around and around and around and around towards got a good nice tight, and then I'm going to come down just right before not too close but enough to make it, and then I finish all the pipe cleaners off that way, and look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness, how cute is that? And I don't have the trimming done on the little bunnies. I would make a little tie, but I saw 2 carrots, so I need to fix this little, but I would take and put 2 little carrots. So we're about done, and I would go through and refluff all my. So what do you think? Do you like it? Is it pretty? Thank you for watching. So, but yes, those are shoe racks. Thank you for joining me. I hope I've explained everything. I'll do it real quick. I used a 14.5-inch work frame. I used 18 pipe cleaners. I spaced 10 on the bottom, 8 on the top at 4 1/4 inches apart. Then I did the 21-inch mesh. I did 10-inch poofs all the way around the bottom and the top. Then I came back in and I did 28-inch ruffles on 10-inch mesh, doing every other one in every other poof. Then I came back and I did 10-inch mesh, making 10-inch rolls using 2 different color mesh. And then I placed those rolls in the poofs that I didn't have the ruffles in. Then I came back and I used 2 2.5-inch wired ribbon and 2 1.5-inch wired ribbon, cut them at 14 inches long, and then dovetailed them all. Then the sign is from the Dollar Tree. I drilled holes and attached it on the back with wire. Then I used inside, after I placed all my ribbons, I used the tubing. I used 2 colors of tubing, and these I don't have in there yet, but I'm going to fix the 2 little carrots. And I got this sign from the Dollar Tree as well. And hopefully you've enjoyed this cute little Easter or spring wreath. Thank you for all the shares, the thumbs up. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you liking my page. I appreciate you spending your Saturday with me. And I hope you like it. I do cover the backs. Let me show you real quick what I'll do while I got you on. Let's find an orange. All right, this is also from the Dollar Tree. It's not the orange one. I do have an orange, but I didn't grab the orange. But what I do is from the Dollar Tree is I will take this and attach it with zip ties all across the back so it's supported. It's all covered. It's nice and pretty. It doesn't scratch a wall, a fireplace, a porch, a tree. Nothing's attached to it, so it won't scratch it, and it's lovely. And I think the customers like that as well. So again, like my page, follow it. Thank you for your support. Thank you for spending your Saturday with me. I appreciate it. Until next time, you guys have a blessed day. Love y'all. Thank you. Bye now.